JDev is back at it here to give everyone another Walking Dead Season 6 episode review video. But before I continue with that, it's extremely important if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching The Walking Dead that you pay attention to that episode title. I'll put that title name in the description for you. If that's the case and you find out that you're not caught up, I suggest, and so does everybody else, that you don't watch this video any further to avoid potential spoilers. This will be The Walking Dead Season 6, episode number 14. Title of this episode is called Twice as Far. This will be my review, reaction, recap of the episode. And keep in mind, I always let you guys know now, I've already seen the episode a couple times, reviewing it to have it reviewed on my channel, and I'm reviewing it due to the fact that they are announcing that The Walking Dead is ending with Season 11, at least The Walking Dead main show. Doesn't necessarily mean The Walking Dead story. Following their assault on the Saviors, everyone resumes their normal activities in Alexandria. Morgan finishes reinforcing his jail cell, telling Rick it will give them options in the future. Rosita wakes up in bed with Spencer. There's an interesting couple. A relationship which seems to be more him than it does her, in my opinion. Carol is still troubled by her experiences with the Saviors, confides in Daryl, who tells her he wishes he had killed the people that he was previously in the burnt out forest with. That would be Dwight, Sherry. He wishes that he would kill them. And then Denise asks Daryl and Rosita to accompany her to a nearby pharmacy that might be stocked with medicines. Daryl and Rosita ask Denise to stay behind, but she insists that she's ready to go outside the walls. The three are forced to travel on foot. After encountering a tree blocking the road, they arrive at the pharmacy where Rosita and Daryl raid the shelves. Meanwhile, Denise enters a back room where she finds a trapped walker and a sink filled with blood and possibly a drowned child. Denise, horrified, runs out of the pharmacy, which she is soon rejoined by Daryl and Rosita, who praise her for leading them to the medicine, which is a good thing. And then a more confident Eugene takes Abraham to an industrial machine shop where Eugene announces, after building up suspense, he is going to use the shop to manufacture ammunition for the group. And then a walker approaches, but Eugene is unable to kill it since the walker's head was drenched in liquid metal. That was an interesting twist. And then Abraham steps in and kills it, which upsets Eugene, who insists he could have killed the walker himself. And then Eugene tells Abraham he doesn't need his help anymore. And Eugene leaves, Abraham leaves, telling Eugene to find his own way home. And then on the way back to Alexandria, Denise spots a cooler inside a car inhabited by a walker. And then, ignoring Daryl and Rosita's warning, she goes after the cooler. And then, after an intense struggle, she kills the walker by herself and proudly displays a can of orange soda that was in the cooler, which Tara really wanted a can of orange soda. So Daryl scolds Denise for almost getting herself killed, but Denise says she needed the experience and specifically asked Daryl and Rosita to accompany her so she could learn from their strengths. And then, as Denise is talking, suddenly a crossbow arrow strikes Denise through the eye. And that was a death that I did not see coming. Wow. Killing her, of course. And then Dwight, who was the one that Daryl had let go, and then he stole Daryl's motorcycle, emerges from the woods with Daryl's crossbow and a group of armed saviors, as well as a captured Eugene. And then Dwight, whose face has now been severely burnt, has severe scar burns on one side, orders Daryl to lead his group to Alexandria. Spotting Abraham hiding behind some barrels, Eugene claims they have a friend hiding behind some nearby oil barrels, urging Dwight to kill him first, as he deserves it more. And as Dwight sends a savior to investigate, Eugene bites Dwight in the dick. Yes, that was great. Well, the crotch area. And Abraham opens fire as he had moved somewhere else. And then a shootout ensues, and Eugene is hit in the crossfire And after several saviors are killed, Dwight retreats with his remaining men. And then after returning to Alexandria, Abraham and Eugene apologize to each other for their issues on the road. And then Abraham goes to Sasha's house where he confides her to begin a relationship with him. She tells him to come inside her house. Daryl and Carol bury Denise in the Alexandria, with Daryl feeling guilt over Denise's death. And what sucks about that is Tara went on that 2-week supply run with Heath and won't be back for, a couple weeks still. And she has no idea that her lover is gone. And then in their house, Tobin reads a note from Carol in which she writes that she's leaving Alexandria and asks him and everybody else not to follow her because she was kind of banished before and she wasn't going to come back then, and she doesn't want to come back now because Carol can't deal with anybody else dying. And that's the end of the episode. Well, we see Morgan kind of standing there looking off, whatever he was doing, I don't know. But so, I mean, pretty slow episode until Denise was shot with that arrow. Again, that's one you don't see coming at all. Crazy moment. As far as a score of the episode, I'll give it an 8.1 out of 10. I'm going to give the character of the episode to Denise, as Denise was a character that I never thought would die, and I thought they really could have built on her character. It's a little surprising that they killed her off when they did. She's only a season 6 character. She's only been in these 14 episodes, and she hasn't even been in all 14 of them. So pretty crazy that she is now gone, and I think they built her up a lot in that short amount of time. So 8.1 out of 10. Denise is the character of the episode. You've heard what I have to say. Guess what? Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead and you like this episode, Twice as Far from season 6, or any Walking Dead content at all, why don't you do me a favor and smash that like button. If there's anybody that you know that would be interested in these videos, share the video to them. Don't forget to leave me a comment with your thoughts. You can score the episode. You can tell me your favorite character or favorite moment, or you can talk about your favorite characters in general, least favorite characters, favorite episodes, or anything Walking Dead related. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.